So, courtesy of Katie Lou Samuelson, who you can't see her name up here, we have the viral picture of Caitlin Clark not playing basketball, which has been a shock to everyone involved, it seems. But before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 25 point... we've already hit 25.1k actually. If we can hit 25.11k, 3 more subscribers by the end of the day, that would be absolutely incredible. But this picture right here has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, because people are shocked that Caitlin Clark is not out there shooting 45 shots a minute or an hour. Like, that's not a lot. 45 a minute, that's also too many to shoot, unless you're Dave Hopla going for a shooting world record. Making 1,000 shots a day. That's a good example. I almost tripped over myself badly while talking. No, I most definitely did. But everyone's just thinking Caitlin Clark, everything about her is basketball. And to an extent it is. But like, this is the best thing for Caitlin Clark, is to not focus on basketball. Because I've always said it, where it's like, the only thing she wants to do is play basketball. And that's very, very clear. She doesn't want all the extra crap that's involved with it. And I think like all of the interviews and stuff were cool. I think she was happy out with like all the interview stuff. At the start, when she was on like, what's his name's, Pat McAfee show, when she was being interviewed on Saturday Night Live. I think she found probably that all cool, but she's just exhausted. You could see it, like, when she was talking about the 3-point contest, it wasn't physically. She was saying she was just mentally exhausted. And that's the thing, like, the 3-point contest is more of a mental competition than it is shooting competition. Like, it's more mental than anything, and I'm not sure she was capable for that. She looked so happy in the All-Star game. When she looked happier watching the All-Star game she did playing. Like, she had the time of her life at the All-Star game, not really caring about ball. Like, she was there. Obviously, she tried. She was one of the 5 best players on the floor. But she was there joking with Flau'jae. She was joking with people on the sideline. Like, she was the only person, by the way, on either team that was treating it like it was an All-Star game. Like, to start off the game, she went tween, through the legs, step back, and tested jump shot. Like, she was the only one treating it like it's an All-Star game. But still, obviously, wanting to win. She just could not buy a bucket in the game. And she let Arike be Arike. Like, she wouldn't sub herself back in. She effectively subbed herself out to let Arike cook. She was happy out just watching the game. And that's the thing, is you can see, like, she seems to be enjoying herself more there than she would if she was getting shots up. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Grace Berger's in Indiana getting shots up and Caitlin Clark's taking time off. Yeah, of course. Like, it's a month break. Do you not think taking a week to not do anything, like, this is the best thing you can do for it? Because I think the team are probably going to come together after 2 weeks. You take a week where you don't touch a basketball. And it's better than going to Paris for the Olympics. If I'm Caitlin, don't watch the Olympics for the first week. Like, it's been the best part of a week. Don't watch their first couple of games. You can watch the quarterfinals, semis, and finals. They might lose to Belgium, but they're not going to lose to Belgium twice. So you're fine. You're fine with that. And shout out again, Lexi Hull and Katie Lou. Obviously, the team going out to the team going on holiday together is perfect. It's absolutely perfect, because she gets away from it all. And then you hear all the, like, how deep they've gone. Like, this, if you are, for example, her, obviously she's there with her boyfriend. If I'm Connor McCaffrey, I'm shooting off social media. The stuff that, like, they've tried to somehow tie her to the absolute tragedy that happened with Connor McCaffrey's brother, where someone, I think, he was driving when he was 16, and of maybe some naivety there, where somebody waved them on to go, and he went and I think he hit a runner. He hit someone who was running, and they ended up passing away. Like, an absolute, like, just a tragedy. And they're trying to somehow pin it on Caitlin, that she's covering up murder. Like, it's the, like, Twitter is the most toxic place in the world. So her being as far away from all of that as possible, as far away from basketball, as far away from just everything to do with what the Caitlin Clark effect has done. And I can guarantee you that the Caitlin Clark effect has not been as hard on anyone as it has been on her. And I've never seen a person do as good a job with it as she has. And it's impressive. And you've got to also give credit to the Indiana Fever team. You got to give credit at All-Star Weekend to Aaliyah Boston for, like, not leaving her side. You got to give credit to her teammates for not letting it affect them either. Because when you log in on Twitter and you're getting tweets attacking you, when you have a bad game and you see a Mick Talks Hoops video talking about how much you sucked in a game, I'm sorry to some players. I do want to apologize, Erica Wheeler. I'm sure you're a lovely person. You've just been bad this season. The best thing you can do is just switch off. And I think that's what they've all realized is like when you're at a level of celebrity, the best thing you can do is completely switch off. And like Skip Bayless learned it right away. Skip Bayless learned very early that the best thing he could do was not follow anyone on Twitter and just tweet stuff out and not read the replies. It means that even like as bad, some of his awful tweets like the Damar Hamlin tweet, which was taken completely out of context, but it just read really badly. If he was someone that looked more on Twitter, it would have taken him 30 seconds to realize that the way he worded it came off completely different. He would have deleted it and obviously apologized, but he just tweeted it and went on about his day, and it became 10 times worse than it actually should have ever been, because you're not obviously keeping up with some stuff like that. So like there are disadvantages to it, but for your mental clarity, it's the most important thing. And you can see whether it's her family, whether it is her family, her boyfriend, people just around her. She's got a really, really good group of people around her, because it's not easy to be them either. Like, if you're Connor McCaffrey liked one tweet, one anti-Angel Reese tweet, right after Angel Reese cheap shotted. Or not Angel Reese cheap shot. Kennedy Carr cheap shot and Angel Reese celebrated. He liked one anti-Angel Reese tweet, and he has been targeted by tens of thousands of people on the daily basis. So it's not easy for him either. It's not easy for anyone involved. It can't be easy for her parents if they were on social media seeing the stuff that's being written about their daughter. It can't be easy for her teammates seeing the stuff that's being written about their friend or being written about them from either the people that suffer from Caitlin Clark derangement syndrome on both sides that will either want to use her to target people, or that will target people because they're associated with her in guilt by association. And the fact that they're just there in Mexico, not focusing on basketball, being on Instagram, which is the one form of social media you can dodge the complete toxicity that is Twitter. And with some mental clarity, I have no question if she comes back as a top 5 player in the WNBA post-Olympic break. And one of the things that people have pointed out about her shooting is that you can tell she's put on muscle. Supposedly she's put on like 3 pounds of muscle over the year. So obviously that might affect her shot, especially from how far she shoots. But you can see she's now like backing people down the post. She's getting better at that. So when Caitlin Clark gets her shot back, when she gets her head back fully into it, like look, she's going to be the best guard in the WNBA next year. I have no doubt about that. She might be the best guard in the WNBA after this break. And the best thing she could do is, because you can see when the focus is fully on basketball, and that's with both of them. With Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they're both 2 of the best players we've seen. But when the focus is on other things, we've seen both of them almost play a lot worse. When Caitlin Clark was being questioned about all the Carrington stuff, she had one of the worst games of her career. As well as that, when Angel Reese was chasing the double-doubles, when people were just going double-double, 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 and forgot about all the sport of basketball and winning and losing, she was playing terrible too. When both of them are just able to focus on basketball, and I do think a week to completely switch off is the best thing you need to go back with a new focus, to go back feeling energized, and just to come back ready to get your team in the playoffs and maybe upset a team. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'm happy to see Caitlin Clark around teammates. I'm happy to see all this, her teammates hate her, she hates her teammates, be just gone. We saw it All-Star. She didn't leave the side of Aaliyah Boston. We saw it All-Star, like Kelsey Mitchell was being interviewed and people wanted to interview her, and Caitlin Clark tried to run off so that she didn't take the spotlight from Kelsey Mitchell. Like, we've seen a team whose chemistry is getting there, and I think there's no team that wants to fight. If Caitlin Clark even becomes a 35% three-point shooter post-Olympic break, there is not one team in the WNBA that's going to want to face Indiana in the playoffs. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.